Santa Marta, 1961. On the Caribbean coast, where the wind smells of salt and mangoes, a boy touches a scuffed ball as if it were something sacred. His name is Carlos Alberto Valderrama, but on these dusty streets they call him El Pibe, the kid. He doesn't sprint to outrun life. He walks head up, eyes scanning. On alleys and sand pitches, he learns the grammar of space, when to hold, when to release, how one gentle touch can change the rhythm of 10 other players. The ball listens. There is no academy here, only noise and heat and the laughter of friends. Afternoon shadows stretch long across makeshift goals. The sea hums in the background like a metronome. And from early on, the boy is unmistakable. The golden, untamed hair, the calm face, the passes that feel less like kicks and more like messages. They say, pace is everything. He smiles. Seeing earlier is faster than running harder. He studies older boys, steals half seconds from chaos, and learns that football is not a race, it's a conversation. On the street, he discovers the courage to slow the world down. Soon, rumors travel faster than buses. Coaches stop to watch. A touch, a pause, a diagonal thread that splits a team in silence. He is still walking, but now the whole neighborhood moves to his tempo. From Santa Marta's sun to Colombia's stadium lights, the path is still unwritten. Yet the opening line is clear: a kid with golden hair and a gift for making others better. Before the trophies, before the World Cups, there is this simple truth. An artist is born, and his canvas is the space between two heartbeats. Santa Marta fades into buses and night roads. 1981. At Union Magdalena, the kid from the street signs his first page in professional football. The shirt is heavier, the noise sharper, but the ball still listens. Years of futsal have carved soft ankles and quick hips. On tighter pitches, he learned to breathe inside chaos. Now, on a full field, that calm becomes his weapon. He does not rush to impress. He pauses. One look, one shoulder feint, then the pass that tilts the game. Crowds start saying his name before the ball arrives. Scouts from Bogota and Cali follow the whispers. A season becomes a compass. It points him toward Millonarios, then to Deportivo Cali. Each step enlarges the stage, but the essence stays. Control the tempo, free your teammates, make the simple look inevitable. Coaches try to speed him up. He smiles. Let the ball do the running. In blue and then in green, he becomes the player who changes others. Center backs dare to split wide. Strikers start their runs earlier. Fullbacks trust the inside lane. A team begins to move like a single body because one mind is conducting. And then, a leap into the unknown. 1988, Montpellier, Ligue 1. New language, colder nights, different rhythm. Defenders press higher, tackles bite sooner. But art adapts. He learns the weight of a French winter pass, the angle that breaks a compact line, the patience to invite pressure and slip away. He will never be the fastest man on the pitch. He will always be the earliest to see. By now, the silhouette is unmistakable. Golden hair, upright stance, the hand pointing to a space that doesn't exist yet. The professional world has taken the street out of the background, but not out of El Pibe. The boy is still there, walking, listening, teaching the ball to speak. Italia 90 is a new kind of heat. Floodlights instead of Caribbean sun, pressure instead of dust. Colombia arrive with rhythm in their veins and Valderrama at the conductor's podium. He does not chase the game, he sets its clock. When others tighten, he loosens time, one touch to breathe, one look to open a window no one else has noticed. Then comes the moment that outlives the tournament. Minute 88 against Germany, world champions in waiting. Colombia need at least a draw to survive. The ball finds El Pibe near the edge of the middle third. He never sprints, he simply sees. A soft swivel of hips, a pause that pulls a defender out of orbit, and the pass slid perfectly into Freddy Rincon's path. Rincon ghosts through and rolls it between Bodo Illgner's legs. 1-1. Colombia step into the round of 16 for the first time. That summer, Germany will not lose to anyone, except they still can't beat Colombia. The whistle seals a promise. This team belongs on the world's main stage, and its heartbeat is a midfielder who walks. After Italy, the aura spreads. Qualifiers become a traveling exhibition of control. The press calls his hair a halo. Teammates call his passes oxygen. In the long road to the next World Cup, there's a night when the world finally concedes what Colombia already knows: the 5-0 in Buenos Aires. While others see the 5 goals, the tape shows something else. Valderrama tilting the field with early releases, turning panic into geometry. He rarely arrives in the box, but he arrives at the idea of every chance before it is born. Club football mirrors the anthem. Back home with Atletico Junior, he wins 2 league titles, 1993-1995. Barranquilla sounds like carnival. The stadium feels like a drum. Center backs split wider because they trust him. Wingers wait a heartbeat longer because he will put the ball exactly where their next step will be. The captain's armband does not make him louder. It makes everyone else clearer. USA 94 arrives heavy with expectation and noise. Colombia carry both genius and turbulence. Through it all, Valderrama keeps offering calm. Receive, breathe, guide, release. Not every story of genius ends in a trophy. Some end in recognition. And recognition is what follows him across borders. A new frontier opens: Major League Soccer. He's not there to chase records of goals. He's there to teach a league to listen. In Tampa, Miami, Colorado, stadiums learn a new kind of cheer, the gasp that precedes a through ball. By the time the chapter closes, the numbers quietly beam. 114 assists in 175 matches, a place in the MLS all-time best ICAOs, 2005. The stats are a translation of an older language, the art of letting others score. The resume grows taller: 3 straight World Cups as captain, 1990, 1994, 1998. But his masterpieces are not medals, they are moments of control. A hand pointing to space that doesn't exist yet, a teammate starting a run because he trusts an invisible thread, a nation watching the ball move and recognizing itself in the courage to play. Freeze the frame at Italy 90 again. The pass leaves his boot with no sound. A continent holds its breath. Rincon breaks the line. The net trembles. Somewhere in Santa Marta, the sea keeps time. And El Pibe, walking as always, has already turned to look at the next space, the next story, the next proof that in football, seeing earlier is faster than running harder. For Valderrama, football is not a sprint. It's a conversation. You listen first, then you speak. Briefly, precisely. His craft begins with the eyes, the slow scan, the quiet counting of angles, the sense of where panic will bloom and how to calm it with one pass. He doesn't decorate the game, he edits it, removing the unnecessary so a single gesture can carry meaning. Tempo is his instrument. When others accelerate, he eases. When the stadium trembles, he gives the ball one touch of oxygen. He believes the most beautiful action is the one that makes others better. Goals draw headlines. The prelude to a goal writes history. He lives in that prelude, the half-second when a teammate decides to trust space that hasn't opened yet. Leadership for him is not volume, but clarity. A hand points, a shoulder turns, a rhythm settles over 11 men. He invites pressure to come close, then lets it pass through him like wind through reeds. The ball leaves his boot not as a shot, but as a promise. Run there, and the world will make sense. The hair, wild golden, is not vanity. It's a flag of freedom. Play with joy, he seems to say, because joy is a tactic that cannot be pressed. That joy traveled from Santa Marta's streets to the world's largest stages and later across new frontiers, where his flood of assists taught an entire league to listen for the silence before the cheer. In the end, his philosophy is simple. See earlier, breathe deeper, give generously. Football is art because, for a heartbeat, 11 strangers move like one. He is the artist who paints that heartbeat. Time doesn't tackle you in one moment. It leans on your shoulders, training by training, game by game. After the triumphs with Atletico Junior in 1993 and 1995, Valderrama's story begins to soften at the edges. The miles grow longer, the recovery slower, the spotlight dimmer, not out, just warmer. A new map unfolds: Major League Soccer, Tampa Bay Mutiny, then Miami Fusion, back to Tampa, and finally Colorado Rapids. The travel's heavy, the summer's humid, the pitch is sometimes unforgiving. But the mind is still sharp. He no longer wins sprints, he wins seconds. In a league learning itself, he becomes a teacher. The no-look release, the pause that lures pressure, the through ball that arrives where a striker will be, not where he is. The scoreboards don't shout his name every weekend, yet the ledger tells a quiet truth. 114 assists in 175 matches, later honored in the MLS all-time best highlighting 2005. Decline in pace, yes. Decline in vision, no. Back home, Colombia changes guard. The faces that once ran to his rhythm now pass the baton to a younger wave. The national shirt grows lighter on his shoulders as minutes thin out. Still, in every cameo there is a reminder. One touch is enough to reset a heartbeat. Some players leave the stage fighting the script. El Pibe reads it with grace. The farewell is not a whisper. Barranquilla, February 2004. A testimonial under bright Caribbean lights. Diego Maradona arrives, Enzo Francescoli and José Luis Chilavert too, a roll call of South American royalty. The game feels less like a match than a thank you letter signed by a continent. He waves, he smiles, he walks. The stadium stands for the artist who taught them to love the prelude to a goal. After the boots come off, he does not vanish into television studios or closed rooms. He stays with the ball, opening a football school in Barranquilla, turning memory into mentorship. The hair remains a banner of freedom, and so does the humor. He jokes he would shave it all if Colombia ever became world champions. Underneath the laugh is something truer, a love that survived every whistle. This is not tragedy. It is a coda. The body eases, the crowd softens, the music lowers its volume, but the melody persists. Valderrama's decline is not the absence of magic. It's the proof that magic, once learned by a community, does not need its first magician to keep breathing. The artist steps back, and the art keeps moving. Legends are measured not only by trophies, but by how a country breathes when it says their name. For Colombia, the breath softens on Valderrama. The numbers are witnesses. FIFA 100, 2004. World Soccer's top 100 of the 20th century, MLS all-time best Italia, 2005. A river of assists that taught a continent patience. But the true legacy lives elsewhere, in kids who learn to look up before they pass, in teams that trust the space they cannot yet see. In Santa Marta, a 6'7" bronze statue lifts his golden hair into the Caribbean light. It is more than metal. It is memory cast in daylight. In Barranquilla, his academy turns memory into mentorship. He tells the next generation, see earlier, breathe deeper, give generously. Joy is not a trick, it's a tactic, and it wins hearts longer than any sprint. He even jokes he would shave it all if Colombia became world champions. Beneath the humor is devotion, the quiet promise of a captain who never raised his voice to lead. The artist steps off the stage, the music keeps playing. Because art, once shared, belongs to everyone. If this story moved you, like the video, share it with a friend who loves the game, and subscribe to the channel for more portraits of football's great artists. Drop your favorite Valderrama moment in the comments. Your voice helps this legacy travel farther.